observation under the capital asset pricing model that since by this time all of you know that risk is divided into two parts, systematic and unsystematic risk. The models which we have done till now have told you whether a single security or a portfolio is efficient or not. In fact, the HM model told you whether the securities, how the individual investor is moving to efficient portfolio, and the capital market line told you whether the investor is holding an efficient portfolio when he is having both the risky assets and risk-free assets in his portfolio. Okay, so HM model was all about risky assets. The capital market line combines the risky assets with the riskless assets, and now through the CAPM model we find what is the expected return on a portfolio as well as a single security. Okay, जैसे आपने कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विटी में करा था, सिंगल सिक्योरिटी पर भी ये मॉडल अप्लाई होता है और यहाँ पर हम पोर्टफोलियो पर भी इसको अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. अंजलि, आई मार्क योर अटेंडेंस. Okay, so under this model, we say that the only relevant risk now for a firm is the systematic risk. Because of diversification, the unsystematic risk, which is measured by alpha, reduces and comes to zero. Okay. So now when we are considering the return from a portfolio or a single security, we see only the beta measure or systematic risk of the security. Okay. Now this was the equation. Okay, this is the equation of the capital market line. As you see, risk-free rate of interest plus the market reward. Okay, so the reward you are getting for taking market risk, that is the excess of market return over the risk-free rate into beta. बेसिकली बीटा आपको बताएगा कि किस एक्सटेंट तक मार्केट रिटर्न इन्फ्लुएंस करेगा सिक्योरिटी के रिटर्न. ओके, और here when we break up the parts of the equation, RF is your reward for time. मैंने पहले भी बताया था, RF is time value of money. You are holding your money in some investment. The only return you are getting from that is the time value of money, which is a riskless return to the investor. Then the systematic risk is measuring the relation of your security with the market. How sensitive is your security with respect to the market? And RM minus IRF. The third term is giving you the return you are getting for taking up market risk. Okay, or the reward for bearing systematic risk. So this is the capital asset pricing model equation, and this will help you determine whether an individual security or portfolio is giving you the required return or not. Okay, when we graphically present the CAPM model, it is through the security market line. Capital market line, security market line, both are telling you of how to determine the efficient portfolio. The only difference here is that on the x-axis now you are not having the standard deviation, you are only having beta. Okay, that is the only relevant risk which we have under the CAPM model. On y-axis again you are having the expected return on the portfolio. RF lies on the y-axis because with zero risk you are getting a certain return. the beta for market, M is the market portfolio, beta for market is always 1. Why is beta for market 1? What will be the reason? Yes, just a very common point, common sense का point है. Why will beta of market be 1?
It is moving exactly like the market.
Obviously, beta is measuring sensitivity of portfolio with respect to market. So market की sensitivity with respect to market will always be 1. Okay. So beta of market is taken as 1. SML is also an upward moving line. Okay. It has a positive slope. Why is it upward sloping? Why is security market line upward sloping? Anyone? No one?
As beta increases, the return portfolio increases.
इन्वर्स रिलेशन क्यों होगा? इन्वर्स में तो राहुल
Direct.
डाउनवर्ड. हाँ, आशु, यू आर करेक्ट. This positive relation between risk and return class. So as beta of a security increases, it is expected that the security will give a high return. Okay, moving ahead. The relation between risk and return established by the security market line is known as capital asset pricing model, a simple linear relationship which shows that higher the value of beta, higher should be the expected return. And it is valid not only, as I told you, that it is valid not only for individual securities but also for portfolios. Okay, which was missing in the capital market line because that was valid only for portfolios. Okay, so the difference between capital market line and security market line, the basic difference is, okay, I'll just take a blank page. Okay, the basic difference between both the lines is that while the capital market line the capital the capital market line has standard deviation of the portfolio on the x-axis and expected return on the y-axis. The security market line only has beta or the systematic risk. Rest everything is same. You take RF and you get an upward sloping line. This is your CML and this is your SML, and somewhere there you have the market portfolio on both the lines. Now both the lines are giving you the same observation. All the portfolios lying on these lines are efficient. Any portfolio which is above this line, say this is portfolio A and this is portfolio B. Okay. So A portfolio is more than efficient portfolio because it is giving you a more than expected optimal return. Okay, more than expected return. while a portfolio like B, in case of both the lines, will be an inefficient portfolio because that gives you less than the efficient return. Okay, so for an investor, B should not be the ideal investment. Any portfolio on the respective line or above it should be the ideal investment for an investor. Okay, moving back. Apart from this, the difference is that slope of capital market line is reward to variability ratio, which was RM minus RF upon standard deviation of market, while slope of SML or the security market line is the market risk is RM minus RF. CML forms the basis of capital market theory, while SML is the basis of capital asset pricing model. Okay, so like the previous model, there are some limitations. Biggest limitation for the capital asset pricing model is that it has very unrealistic assumptions. Unrealistic in the sense you are assuming that all the investors have equal expectation about the market and there is perfect flow of information in the market, no transaction cost, no taxes, which is something which is practically not possible. Okay. Beta calculation is complex. As you have done, there are a number of methods through which you calculate beta, and that calculation can be tedious. And then again, beta calculated at one point of time might not be applicable to future time periods because it changes over a period of time. Okay, so this was about CAPM. The further slide actually has not come in this PPT. There are two slides left. I'll present it through my laptop. Just give me a moment. So this is the last topic of your syllabus, the single index model. And what is the single index model telling you? It is a very simplified version of the security pricing model. Just like CAPM, it also tells you what should be the ideal return from a security. But what it is saying is that systematic risk is relevant, but it is only caused by one macroeconomic factor, which is the changes in market index. ओके तो अभी तक आप इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर्स, पॉलिटिकल फैक्टर्स, सोशो इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर्स, फॉरेक्स मार्केट की मूवमेंट, सब चीजों को कंसिडर कर रहे थे अंडर द सिस्टमैटिक रिस्क फेस्ड बाय अ कंपनी. But under single index model, we say the only source of systematic risk is the market index. Non-systematic risk alpha of the company is almost zero क्योंकि ज़्यादा diversification होगी तो आपका non-systematic risk zero हो जाएगा. And then if there are some random returns that come in the error term and which is generally assumed to be zero, जो भी अभी तक आपने equations करी है उनमें error term की value हमने zero ली. So now this becomes the return from the security alpha 1 plus beta 1 RM. So now you are not seeing the excess return, you are just seeing the impact of market return with beta on the security return. Okay, this is what is to be covered in single index model. Generally, it is not considered to be very important, but you should at least know the meaning. If you get a small short note on what single index model is, this much is enough for that. Okay. I hope this is clear. Both the models are clear to everyone. If there's any question, please ask. Put a yes or no in the chat box. Any doubt, anyone? Okay, so only Yuvraj is listening to me. Okay, okay, beta. So three, four. We'll take up two, three practical questions from CAPM and beta component, and then we'll wind up. Okay, let's start with this question. This is based on capital asset pricing model. You are given information about two securities, P and Q, and you have to tell whether the securities are efficiently priced. So what you do is you put all the values given individually for security P and security Q in the CAPM equation, and you check whether the return, expected return, is equal to actual return. So I'll just write down the equation here. The return on individual security okay, so solve it for security P and security Q and see what the return is coming to using this equation. I'll solve for one. So you should get 12%. 12.8 आएगा, सीधा 7 आ जाएगा ना. आयुषी 12% होगा. Okay, 12 and 18. Okay, so it might be a typing mistake. RQ, return on Q, is coming to 18%. Now you compare these returns with the returns given in the question, and you see that security P is lying on the security market line. It is an efficient security, while security Q is inefficient. It lies below the security market line. Okay, so security P is an efficient security. It is giving you the required return, and if this security lies on security market line, while RQ is giving you less than required return, so it lies below the security market line. Now we move to the next question. You are given security L and you are given the market portfolio. Now you have to calculate the mean return of security L and market portfolio, which is simply the expected return, because you are also given the probabilities here. Then you have to calculate variance, individual variance. Variance will be calculated using the standard deviation formula, and then you calculate beta of security L. Okay, please start with the first step. Step 1 is calculation of mean return, which is the return on the security, and the market separately आप calculate करोगे, फिर भी sigma pi into ri. Calculate for the security and market separately. And 15.3. 11 and 15.3. युवराज सिक्योरिटी एल का कैलकुलेट करो. यस, 11. Okay, no issues. 11% is coming for security L. Yes, good. Aryan and Prashant have also got the answer. Similarly, calculate for the market portfolio. You will get it as 15.3%. उसके बाद आपने वेरिएंस कैलकुलेट करना है सिक्योरिटी एल का और मार्केट का. Since it is variance, you will not use the under root formula. Okay, so this was when you had individual security PI LI minus L bar, or the return on L you have calculated. तो ये 11 है, ये वाली value L bar. So now put the values in the formula and you will get the variance. I'll just check. ये नहीं आ रहा युवराज, this is not the answer for variance of L. Please check the calculations you have made. Rest of you also solve. Yes, Ashu, 13% is the variance for security L. 13 is the correct answer. Okay. Calculate for market also. I hope others are also solving the question. Just putting in the values in the formula. और बेटा आयुषी आप भी चेक करना आपने अंडर रूट ना कर दिया हो वेरिएंस चाहिए स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन नहीं चाहिए 4.41 okay that's the variance yes correct 4.41% is the variance of the market now
मैम
हाँ जी बेटा बोलो
मैम अंडर नहीं है क्या?
क्या कह रहे हो आप
मैम मैं ये कह रहा था इसमें अंडर रूट 13 नहीं है मतलब 13 प्रूफ नहीं
हाँ
करना
नहीं करना ना क्योंकि वेरिएंस चाहिए वो स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन का स्क्वायर होता है
अच्छा ठीक है मैम फिर ओके
हाँ ठीक अंडर रूट नहीं करोगे वेरिएंस कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो आप okay next we move to calculation of beta so for calculating beta we will be needing the covariance between security and market beta is covariance security market upon market variance तो मार्केट वेरिएंस आपने कैलकुलेट कर लिया है आपको कोवेरिएंस कैलकुलेट करना है आपकी सिक्योरिटी एल है तो यहाँ पर एल लिख लेते हैं कोवेरिएंस बिटवीन सिक्योरिटी एल एंड मार्केट एंड कोवेरिएंस का फॉर्मूला आई एम राइटिंग है you have already calculated these values just multiply them this will give you the covariance of market and then put the value in the beta formula. So first please calculate the covariance of market. see how much is the covariance coming to.
Ma'am, I had a doubt.
Yes, Yuvraj, पूछो.
L bar here is expected return. Again, is it the mean of securities and divided by
Yes,
the
yes. Mean return is the expected return when you have a probability question. Otherwise, with actual returns, it is the average return.
I did not understand much.
You are asking about L bar and M bar?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, L bar is the expected return on security L you have calculated.
No,
M
ma'am,
bar
I'm not asking for this question. Just in general, is it always the expected return or sometimes we have to take the mean also?
मीन रिटर्न आप तब लेते हो जब आपके पास हिस्टोरिकल डेटा होता है. Okay, when you know that in the past, say 5 years, this has been the actual return on the security. You take expected return when you are making a forecast about the future possible return. Probability is the chance of happening of an event. So that is something which is related to a future forecast you are making. ओके तो जब हम हिस्टोरिकल डेटा पे काम करते हैं तब हम एवरेज रिटर्न लेते हैं. जब हम फ्यूचर फोरकास्ट पे काम करते हैं तब हम प्रोबेबल रिटर्न लेते हैं और द एक्सपेक्टेड रिटर्न. ओके, आई होप युवराज दिस इज क्लियर.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, give me the answers for what is the covariance coming to. Very good, Aryan. It is coming to 7.5 approximately. Yes, very good. It is 7.5. And please pay attention that for covariance, the unit will be square percentage. And now when you put it in the formula of beta, yes, Ashu, you will get beta as 1.7. बीटा का कोई भी यूनिट ऑफ मेजरमेंट नहीं होता. And beta of 1.7 is very high. You have to interpret this value. Market up down 10% जाएगी तो आपकी सिक्योरिटी up down 17% जाएगी. This is how you interpret the value of beta. Okay, please complete this question. So this is a very aggressive security as it has a value of beta which is more than 1. Okay, we move ahead. This we have done yesterday. Okay, one last question on your screens. Not this question. The next. Wait, screen hand हुई है. इसका next question है. Okay, this is the question. You are given two securities which make up a portfolio. You are given the expected return and standard deviation of both these securities and the weightage. P का वेट 0.30 होगा, Q का वेट 0.70 होगा. What are you required to calculate in the question? What is the expected return on the portfolio? Minimum risk and maximum risk of the portfolio. So if you have to calculate the minimum risk of any portfolio, how much will you take the correlation coefficient as? Because in this question you are not given the correlation coefficient. So for a minimum risk portfolio, yes, absolutely right, Yuvraj, you will take the correlation coefficient as -1, and for maximum risk it will be maximum risk में +1 हो जाएगा. Okay, which are both the lowest and the highest values of correlation coefficient. Okay, so please solve this question. First part is calculation of expected return on the portfolio. I'll just check the answer, which will be WI into the security and standard deviation of the portfolio. I'm writing the formula by this time. All of you should know this formula. Okay, 15.1. All of you are getting this. 15.1 is the correct answer. 15.1% is the return on the portfolio. Okay, this is the formula for risk. मिनिमम रिस्क में आप कोरिलेशन कोफिशिएंट -1 पुट कर दोगे और मैक्सिमम रिस्क में इसको +1 पुट कर दोगे.